actually.
I feel that maybe combat 2 is gonna be. Wait. Oh, I can't choose guard. There's not really any trees around here. Versus melee. Let's see. I'm gonna make them brave. Interesting. This I honestly haven't got a clue. So right now, since they've been promoted to, I guess, level 2, we get to hang out with them as a king.
Yeah.
I'm honestly not entirely sure what this.
What this is all about.
Well, I mean, of course, a general in the field. I'm gonna guess that means I can also die relatively easily.
King Ashurbanipal, the founder.
Yes. So, am I gonna hang out with them in the field or not? I think I'm gonna hang out in the capital for a bit. Sorry.
That is
Just to play
actually
safe.
quite Ashurbanipali. that fits the character.
That's very Assurbanipali of you. Okay.
So we have Assyrian kings that are a little bit more keen to attending to the battlefield, and some of them that are not so much. Ashurbanipal was not necessarily always interested in attending the battlefield. So
Not always. Okay.
no, because some of them were, and the thing is, it was also there is one king that died in the battlefield, Sargon II, and that was considered extreme bad luck. Like he should, he did something really wrong to piss off the gods, so for him to be killed in the battlefield.
Okay. That is. But at least he didn't have to eat mud for all eternity, right?
No, because he's a king. Kings don't get to eat mud for all
Exactly. So I did something a bit silly. Actually, I did, with all the talking about Assur, I forgot that we were actually.
Ashurbanipal was actually very trained in military tactics, but his specialty was as a spy master. Yeah, exactly. So initially he was, for his father, for Esarhaddon, he was sort of he was trained as a spy, and he had an affinity for books and for reading, of course. Hence the whole consequence of the library. And he is coming from a line of kings who started valuing more and more the concept of the very educated king. The idea that he was, we saw in the intro text that he was speaking Sumerian, or was able to read Sumerian, which is for that period, the Sumerian language was sort of a dead language, which it was used only in high government or high priests, much like Latin were used in the 19th century, right? So only a few select people were able to read and speak in Sumerian, and Ashurbanipal was one of them.
Nice. That's must be pretty cool to to just do like talk together with all your homies in a language that nobody else understands.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it was important. It was like a religious thing. So if you were able to read Sumerian, it was it demonstrated like your connection with the distant past.
Ah, nice. So we have a marriage offer. One of the things in this game which I absolutely love is what Omar already referred to earlier. You have to have this family around you. So we have two options here or two different families. We have somebody who's the younger, or somebody who's the pious, and that will give us different basically bonuses to our family. So I'm gonna say it's not such a bad idea maybe now to go for courage and wisdom, discipline and charisma. So what we haven't got a clue what's going to happen in this game because it's the first time playing it. But what shall we do? Shall we go full on war, or are we going to go for a little bit of diplomacy on the side?
I think let's go for war.
Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah. So we're going to build a slinger and we're going to try and see if we can kick those barbarians out of there, and maybe or dear wife actually gets to be general of those forces. All right, so the younger it is actually. So there she is, Queen Consort Libali Sharat. All right, Aris, tell me everything you know about Libali Sharat, please.
So Syrian 23 says we originally had only named tribes. This presented us with design problems that we were able to address by adding in the unnamed barbarians. Players always get a few sites near their starting city that will either be empty or have unnamed barbarians. So they can expand to several cities before having to engage in war with more dangerous opponents. And also says the +2 fatigue limit is actually quite nice.
Well, that's good.
Assyrians perks lean into war. Yeah, it makes sense that Assyrians perks lean into war.
All right. Very good. Well, that's exactly what we're going to be doing then as players as well. We're going to lean into war a little bit. So I kind of feel that our scout maybe should try to circle back at some point, because that will at least give us the ability to get us at some point, get us some resource harvesting up again. All right, that's it. Ambition. Oh, yes. This I like as well. There's so many little mechanics, or actually not little, but mechanics added onto the top of this. So we as leaders, we want to do something, right? We don't have a strategy or like a leadership agenda as in Civ, but we have an ambition that is unique for every single, well, not unique, but sort of gets to be chosen for every single leader. So are we going to kill 5 enemy units? Or are we going to control 4 cities within the lifetime of Ashurbanipal?
I'd say 4 cities. I mean, we're halfway there, so.
Yes, and we're nowhere near 5 enemy units.
No,
yes,
we're nowhere near.
Fair point. And I think we could even sort of pull that off if we actually kick out the 2 barbarians. But well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, I wanted to attack. So let's see how that works out. I guess I get the attack from over here.
Do it.
And I get to attack again, I guess, right? Because why not? Oh, I cannot. Can I not? Can I not? Okay. So attacking only works then once each turn, I guess.
Depends. It doesn't depend on your orders.
Yeah, I thought so, but that doesn't seem to be the case because it doesn't allow me to attack.
Maybe the units reached.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense because then, it would be overpowered to be able to attack again. That would probably completely break the game. So that kind of makes sense. All right, that does mean we always have plenty of orders left still. So we haven't had this moment where we sort of don't have any orders left. Yeah, that's it for us. If you're thinking, why are we going so slow? Well, we're always going slow with this.
Yeah, that's what we do.
All right.
Special traits from units that would allow you to attack again in certain circumstances. All right.
Nice. Good to know. Nice.
Pasco says, I like the completing ambitions wins you the game. Success is about your own achievements, not being better than others per se.
Yeah, for sure. So there's this track here, over here, the victory track. We can have a little look at that later, actually. That really sort of shows that, right? There's no conquer all everybody. No, it's just about like a game of Catan almost, like just getting so many victory points. I think that's pretty neat. Pretty neat as a way of opening up what possible end states can be for an F4X game.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, divination. Somebody suddenly had an idea like, wait, I see something. It's divination. All right. So ambassador.
Aristocracy. I mean, probably aristocracy is like we don't have stone cutting and iron working, which both seem kind of fundamental.
All right.
But
so
at the time, aristocracy seems very.
I mean, ambassadors at the same time, we don't really have any, except for the Vandals, any other. So maybe we can leave this a little bit later. I say we go for ironworking, my friend. Yeah, because.
Let's go for ironworking, I agree.
Yeah.
With all the historical commentary, slow seems a fitting pace. Not a usual solo streamer, but akin to a sports broadcasting team with analysis and color commentary. Thank you. This is very kind because besides that, we've been described as the old people from Muppet Show.
Yes, exactly.
Complaining constantly about inaccuracies in games.
So far, no complaining about that. So there you go.
No complaints so far. I have to say that so far I'm particularly impressed by this game.
All right.
to a lot of other Forex games that we've played in this stream.
Okay. Let's see. What are we gonna do with you? So, oh yes, we can actually build shrines. That's pretty neat.
So an interesting fact about Ashur
Oh,
is
go ahead. Go ahead.
no, because you're building stuff, right? So an interesting
Sure,
thing
sure.
about Ashur is that it never really expanded as a city. It always remained a relatively small city, even at the height of the empire, when the capital had moved away from Ashur. Ashur stayed at the same size as it had been for literally centuries. They expanded it at some point very early on. So in the Middle Assyrian period, they added a small bit to it, but they never were like, yeah, let's make our capital really big. No, they were like, let's get out of this capital and build a new one. And so they never expanded it. They always remained. It was always extremely important because, as I said, it was like so important for their identity, and the kings would be sworn in there and stuff like that. But they never.
Even if they were already in a new capital, their kings would still go back to Ashur. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, so there was all these ceremonies that had to take place there, and the kings would be buried in Ashur. So in the old palace at Ashur, a lot of new Assyrian kings were buried there.
Mhm.
But still, they would do all sorts of works. They reconstructed the walls, they reconstructed the temples, the palaces, and so on.
Right.
But they never actually expanded it.
So here we have the option of actually building shrines to gods in our pantheon, of course. So, oh wait, let me see.
Do you think
So,
this because Ashurbanipal was busy expanding because his brother was more focused on culture in Babylon? Yeah. So this is a little bit of a tricky thing because we get to hear a lot more about from Ashurbanipal's side because also he won. Which makes
That's what
kind
happened.
that's what happens. There's some quotes about that. Yes.
yeah. And Shamash-shum-ukin was technically half Babylonian, but he didn't really want to be the king of Babylon. So he was more focused in culture in Babylon, also because Babylon itself, as a city, was much more focused in culture. It was this very old city with really long history, and it really thrived in its identity as a very old city. Like by then, at 650 BC, a bit earlier, it's already had millennia of history, and it was a known history to them as well. And it was really important for them that they present themselves. That's why when the Assyrians destroyed Babylon, it was considered a huge sacrilege because you just cannot. It's like invading Italy and completely destroying the Vatican. It's like you can't really do that. Um, it's something like
That's
that.
no. I think there will be some people pretty upset then if you do that.
Yeah.
Few.
Aris, my friend.
Yes.
Sorry, Professor. What shrine would you like to build? I guess we're gonna build a shrine. We could go for a farm first, but I think
No.
we could.
We have to be to play a little bit RP here, and we have to build first the shrine of Ashur, and only after we build the shrine of Ashur, we build the shrine of Ninurta.
Okay,
It
so
makes sense
while I
also.
move there, you tell me who Ashur is. That's the god actually that you already talked about, and then Ninurta later.
So there are actually only 2 temples of Ashur that ever existed, and actually there should have been only one. So there is one temple of Ashur in the city of Ashur, and only in one of the new capitals, the Cult in Ninurta, they constructed a new temple for the god Ashur. And it was not really well received as an action. It was not contested, but people were not necessarily very happy about this. And after that, even though the capital moved several times, they never built another temple of Ashur because they were not interested in spreading their own god. The Babylonians
They
were
were
not
like,
interested.
"No, that's my god, man. You don't get to." Interesting, right? That's an interesting thing because whenever we hear about gods, we immediately have the idea that people want to spread their religion, but that's not always the case, right?
No, exactly.
Nice. There you go. There's some heavy historical debate going on.
Historical discussion over here.
So
Exactly.
it is debated, my friend. It is debated, Professor
Yeah.
Aris, that Ashurbanipal is not from a Babylonian mother, but his brother Shamash is. And that is why the father appointed the one who is from Babylonian blood to rule Babylon. Some history articles say they are both from the same mother, but not agreed upon.
Yes,
So,
exactly. So the idea is that the mother of Shamash-shum-ukin was Babylonian, and that's why, and that was the justification that Esarhaddon used to appoint him as a king of Babylon.
Nice.
And that Ashurbanibal's mother is Assyrian, and that gives him a more rightful rule. Probably,
My mind is open. My mind is open. All right, we're gonna go for. That's already gonna be my choices anyway. But a temple stands atop the crest of the highest hill. Its terrace decorated with bright metal and ceramic. Local legends marks this site as where heaven and earth meet, where all life began. Of course, the only way to see its wonders is to inhale some of the mind-altering plants along the hillside in an ancient spiritual ceremony. A soldier brings you a bowl of the strange powder, but he seems hesitant about its effects. So this is my neck of the woods, my friend. This inhaling strange powder is what I know a lot about. Not necessarily because I inhaled a lot of strange powders in my time, but because that's actually what I used to teach. Shamanism, right? Shamanism in lowland South America. So my mind is always open for this sort of stuff. All right. So, that actually makes me, so my mind being open gives me culture. Very cool. And we are going to be, oh, that's nice. We're going to become exotic. That's nice. So we're now known as the explorer, right? And we're going to become exotic. It's giving us charisma, and then global output is, that's nice. That's pretty good. Okay, my mind is open.
So the thing with Shamash Murkin is that the being king of Babylon at that point was not like the king of Assyria was the king of Assyria, the king of the bloody empire, right? Being king of Babylon didn't really give you much power. So really, being appointed as the king of Babylon was sort of degrading him, Shamash Murkin. So that's why he was so pissed off that his father did not appoint him as king of Assyria. That's why he believed that he was like destined to be king of Assyria, and that's why he rebelled later on. And then Ashurbanipal had to fight him off, and Shamash Murkin didn't end up alive after this.
Oh, look at this! Look at this!
Look, our grandfather is our son.
That's weird. There's no genetic or biological way that would work. That's just not gonna happen. Yeah. So we have a new heir. So that's Princess Sennacherib, which is so from this family that we intermarried with, right? And then basically we're gonna be them one day, I guess, because this is our heir now. Yeah. So subject for them to study, guiding them into the role you need them to fulfill. For now, you don't need to fulfill any role. You just need to look cute as a button, as you're already doing, my dear little prince. All right. So very good. All right. I feel that this is the moment that we're actually going to be
killing something.
You never know, but
never know. I mean, we've been playing a lot of Civilization 1. And a lot of our units have been dying to settlers, which is
is its own thing. Yes, for sure. So that actually means that this thing for now is barbarian free for 10 years. That does mean that we would want to have a settler arriving there at some point. I guess we can also hang out with our unit here for a bit.
One would run out of Assyrian names. No, yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
I mean, you could like, if it's something that you would you would be interested in doing, and it's probably a lot of work, but you could go into these eponym lists, which are very long lists of officials, and like pick random names from these eponym lists.
All right, Aris, it seems like you have just volunteered yourself for a nice little task, that you are gonna go into this huge list of eponyms and you're just gonna mine them for names. Very good, very good. Well done. We expect your report within 2 weeks.
Share the list. I will give you this list. I will give you some references on Twitter.
I will give you some references. You academic. And one of those references is going to be your own paper on this.
Yes. This is what I tell my students as well, right? I can give you some references if you're interested.
Yes, exactly. AKA, please read my work. This actually seems like a nice spot to settle, but there's no cities within reach. But maybe we'll find something. But there's the Blue Nile, my friend. We're in Blue Denial.
We're in Blue Denial.
Okay. You don't get to harvest wheat. Do we actually get to harvest wheat? Oh, that's neat. Let's do that. We're apparently close enough to Nineveh to do that. You get to heal. Oh, you don't get to do anything. A diligent clerk. So senior administrators in Assur find themselves idle due to the astonishing diligence of a single clerk. I like this. This is some. There's like a lot of bureaucrats like, man, please promote this guy out of here because we look lazy now. All right. So how should we employ this ambitious and efficient young scribe to manage my ledger? We get a great merchant. Nice. Or we'll get a great minister. So I want to know what a great... We'll tutor your descendants. Okay, that's kind of good. Or we will... Oh, we'll also tutor our descendants. Okay, right. So basically we get to choose a little bit right now what we will have... Improve the ratings of the descendant current leader must be... So I'm going to guess, it's not in the tooltips here, but I'm going to guess it does matter because they both tutor our descendants, but I'm sure they're going to tutor them in different ways.
Yeah.
Probably.
Or actually, they can actually also be on our council, so it really depends. So I'm kind of wondering what the minister is, what it does. What does a minister do? Tell me, chat, please, because otherwise, I'm sure I could find it out. But I can sort of see what a great merchant will do. They will earn his money. But what does a minister do?
So they give a short introduction for Leila and for the rest of the chat who's joined us now. We are members of the Value Foundation, which is we're a foundation dealing with video games and academia.
And particularly the past, right?
Particularly the past.
Yes.
I myself am Aris Politopoulos, and I'm an archaeologist. I'm a lecturer at Leiden University, and I teach archaeology of the ancient Near East. And I also do a lot of things with archaeology and video games together with this fine gentleman and some other people that are not present at the stream, but you can find them at our website, value-foundation.org. To my right over here is Omar Buchter. Up until a few weeks ago, Omar the intern, but now he's Omar
the web editor.
Who is an MA student on history. And up there is Angus Dr. Random Moll, who is a human digitalist, or a digital humanist, whatever you prefer. And he's an assistant professor in digital humanities at Leiden University. Former archaeologist, but now humanist.
Now straight from the past and straight from the past. No, I straight from the path is what I'm trying to say. But I'm also straight from the past.
Also straight from the past.
Yes.
We do a lot of things. We write academic papers. We have books. We do academic conferences, public conferences.
But we also do stuff like this, right? That's particularly the stuff that we like maybe doing best. Streaming, talking with you all out there about this sort of stuff. And what we also really like to do is Minecraft, right?
Yeah, we do a lot
of Minecraft, rebuilding old stuff in Minecraft together with, well, often a bunch of kids, right, Omar? Lots of kids. All right, great minister. Great minister it is. So I'm gonna guess that they are... Okay, so we have a courtier right over here. I guess maybe I can do something with them at some point. Not just yet, it seems, right? I can't really...
Kill them or imprison them.
Yeah, that's not really... well, actually, I cannot do any of these things. So I wonder... So there is not any sort of council I can set just yet. Maybe later. Or is there something like that over here? not yet. All right. Next unit. All right, our worker is done here. I think a mine is not such a bad idea, actually, because we do need to get some ore in at some point. And this is also a very nice. Yeah, it is an ore mine. So let's just take the gift that is given to us and just go there and. It's a mine! A mine!
So I've put down on the chat 2 links with Assyrian eponym lists that you can have a look at later if you want.
Yeah, very good. So Aris, talking about a completely different game, but a pretty cool game as well. Heaven's Vault. That was a neat. So by Inkle Studios, that was I had a neat presentation by John Ingold from Inkle Studios today, talking at Cambridge via Zoom. So not at Cambridge, but to Cambridge people via Zoom about their archaeology game. Really, really very neat. And there were some stuff in there that really gave me a new perspective on the game. So maybe it's worth revisiting that at some point as well.
Yeah, we could. We only did one stream of this, right? So
right.
We could play the game.
Must be in friendly territory. You're not in friendly territory just yet, so let's get you over there. Or actually, we cannot. Can we not? Are you still on? We're actually on cooldown in that case. Okay. Let's just move over here and harvest us some horses. And while we're harvesting, we might as well just happily. I really like this mechanic of scouts actually just being able to just run around the landscape and just send stuff back. And it reminds me a little bit of not such a nice mechanic in history, but sort of a nice mechanic is the explorers were not always just randomly running around exploring. They were always taking stuff back to that place that they originally came from. So it's a neat little mechanic, I think.
No, that is it's a very nice mechanic because it actually encapsulates more this concept of it. Because an explorer is not really a thing that like the Assyrians or all these cultures would necessarily have. Like, oh, you just go there and see what is there. They probably already knew more or less what was there, right? So in this game, the fact that they also bring stuff back and they have this more merchanty kind of vibe to them, I feel like is much more adequate to their historical role.
All right, you run back here, especially because there's some other units hanging out there. So you heal up, my friend, and hopefully you'll get better soon. All right, end of the year. I'm actually gonna do a quick save because I haven't saved yet.
Always important.
Kind of important. Kind of important.
You never know.
Yeah. All right. Well, that said, when I first started playing 4X games, I used to start and restart them like all the time, right? Because you would just get yourself in such a tight little corner. So I'm fully prepared to have to be able to start up.
I mean, also, let's be real. Back then, back in the 90s, like, save cheat was not frowned upon as much as it is today. Like, save scamming, nobody could tell you anything because there was no internet. Nobody could tell you.
Well, your friends could tell you, Aris. Definitely your friends.
But they didn't have to know.
No, that's true. That is very true. You could always say like, yeah. I finished Civ on Emperor, and of course, every time something went wrong, I reloaded. But at the same time,
a couple of Champions Leagues playing Championship Manager back in like 1999. So scamming.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Same time, it's kind of in those times it was kind of difficult to do the save scumming thing because you would actually have to exit the program often. We're now the Intrepid. I like that. We're safely, we're boldly going where no one has ever gone before. That is pretty cool. Okay.
Don't worry, Syrian, by the way. It's definitely much more important getting the map.
Working on maps.
The map right. Yeah. As archaeologists, we know a lot about getting the map right.
Yes, for sure.
We really don't want to get the map
We do not follow maps to buried treasure, and X never, ever
Yep.
marks the spot.
Never ever marks a spot. All right. So broken vessels and strange markings indicate that these ruins were once occupied by a tribe from beyond the sea. Ooh, neat. Ooh, sea people.
Oh no, not the sea people.
Don't call them sea people because
That I do know. The sea people.
Yeah, there are those little shrimp thingies there, right? That you get into.
The thing that gets my students excited every time.
The sea people, really?
Yes. Yeah, I did a short presentation the other day for an introduction for high school kids.
Wait, you did a short presentation?
Yes.
Ah.
Short. Just an hour.
And for high school kids, right? And they were, and I talked about the sea people because I thought this would be exciting, and they were amazed for whatever reason. So
Nice.
I hope
Man, it is. The sea people are such a romantic part of history and archaeology.
Yeah,
Because we basically know so little, and we want to know so much because they sound so cool.
you can check out if you people are interested. You can check out this book, very recent,
Oh.
1177, the year civilization collapsed.
Wait,
by-
I thought that was 2020. Oof.
That hits hard.
I mean,
Ow, sorry.
too soon. Yeah, very interesting book by Eric Klein. Very easily written as well. Easily read, I mean.
All right,
Very-
so let's make a choice here. Great migration. Broken vessels and strange markings indicate that these ruins were once occupied by a tribe from beyond the sea. Such a discovery inspires you to expand beyond your realm to new worlds. Nice, we're gonna hit that rocket ship. Commission scouts and send them in every direction, or study this unknown tribe and to widen our understanding. You know what? Gain scouts times 2. That seems...
that seems really good.
That
That
seems...
seems pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, at the same time, I mean, units cost upkeep, I think. I'm not so sure if that's the case with scouts as well.
We have
Um,
enough money.
yeah, you're right. All right, let's just do it because we want to see the world. Look at that. That is pretty neat. We're just like, yeah, people. All of a sudden, there are 3 of us. So,
In fact, the Assyrians were not very interested in seeing much of beyond the sea. They only traveled as far as Cyprus, and that's about it in terms of seafaring.
I think I'm going to bring our wounded scout back to our friend, our territory, though. Because I'll get to send them over there. Or maybe, yeah, no, actually I'm going to do it this way. Because I don't want to lose them. It will be a bit of a waste. But that does mean we get to... All right, Aris.
Yes.
Time for some wiki crutching, unless somebody else knows. Wonchi. Must be a mountain, but what... You don't know? Nobody knows?
Wait. Wonchi.
No, you're googling it. I can see.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I don't
I can
know.
see it.
I can see it. I can see it in your eyes.
But I wanna. So it is actually.
It's a volcano. That's actually. It's not just any mountain.
It is a volcano, and it is actually a volcano, and it's actually in Ethiopia,
Oh, okay. Nice. I have never heard of it.
which is really nice because actually we are close to the Nile, right?
Yeah, I think Syrian said that the names generate depending on which
Depending on the culture.
cultures
right?
are nearby.
Oh, scouts are safe in trees. Oh, that's actually good to know. They're safe in trees. Huh, that's in that case. I'll hang back there. Oh yeah, but the names actually generate what other entities they're close to. Nice.
Roto Gurgun subscribed
Hey.
5 months in a row getting there.
That is excellent. Thank
That is
you,
amazing.
sir, or female or person, who doesn't really matter at all. Thank you very, very much. If you subscribe to us, then that money eventually goes to our foundation. So we are actually a charity in the Netherlands. That's what we actually officially are as Value. So if you want, you can tax deduct your gift to us. Is what I'm trying to say.
So all the money basically goes to our research.
Well, research and not really necessarily research. Sometimes it goes to, research in the broadest sense. Yes, we use that money to... This is a good moment, by the way, Aris, to plug really quickly, because you can still put in papers or just contributions in general, right?
Yeah.
This thing, the Interactive Past Conference, which is
So
this...
every
Yeah,
2
go ahead.
years we have a conference where it's aimed to bring together academics and game developers and really anybody who is interested in video games and the past in general. So it's very open. It's always free to attend. It's streamed via Twitch chat as well. Takes place in the Netherlands at the Institute of Sound and Vision, and it's gonna happen for the third time this year in November. Hopefully, if everything works out and we can get actually people here. And the deadline for the call for papers is still up and running. You can have a look at interactivepasts.com. I will put it down in the chat.
Yeah.
And yeah, in the previous two conferences, we had game developers, we had archaeologists, historians, teachers, educators, and we had a lot of nice.
Yeah, it is not just an academic conference. The meaning of this whole thing is really to bring different groups together, different groups at the intersection of the past and play or games, and have some fun together as well as some like good and intellectual exchanges of mind. So that's really what the whole deal is about. And of course, if you're stuck within the borders of your nation because of the COVID-19 crisis, yes, as Aris already said, this conference will be live streamed anyway. So
I'm gonna put down a YouTube list from our previous conference, so you can get an idea of what happened in the conference that happened 2 years ago.
Wait, one of the things that I think is what we always end up doing with playing these games is we do a lot of sort of close reading of the texts that are in there, right? So and also of the mechanics, but just we really pick everything apart. So what I think is pretty damn significant here is that this is actually our first rival that we're actually we've encountered a rival nation. They are primary opponents. But what actually is the choice here, right? The thing that I have to click on, I'll do my best to make some friends.
Yes.
And I think something like super small like this, to me is actually very meaningful. Because, it's not saying I'm going to stomp her face. No, I'm going to try and, make some friends here. Because, All right, this is, of course, Hatsefut. I'm kind of happy that we have this in there. Because also, it's Egypt, right? So that actually works out with the Nile and everything like that. That's pretty cool, actually. So we probably should have already known that we were going to hit the Egyptian player because of the topography. I'm now thinking pretty cool. That's something I'm gonna keep in my mind. All right.
Leila says lead designer is also in the room. Designed Civ 4 and co-designed Civ 3. That is really amazing.
Soren Johnson, very welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us. Really, really nice to have all the developers in here, and we are having a ton of fun with your game for sure. Or Aris is just having a ton of fun talking about the Assyrians. Omar is trying to keep him at bay, but and I'm trying to do my
gameplay. Talk about Assyria.
Yes, I'm trying to do my best with this very first playthrough of this game. All right, pretty neat. All right, let's actually go to the next unit. All right, let's get you into the trees then, since you were safe there apparently. Let's see how that ends up working. Is that
so can you go down to the map?
What do you mean?
The name?
You mean
the Egyptians? I want to see the Egyptians.
So the name of the city?
Yes, excellent. So they use the name Uaset, which is another name for the city of Thebes, which has been invariably the capital of Egypt from time to time. But the name Uaset is one of these names that the Egyptians used for the city of Thebes, which is really nice that they chose that name.
Nice.
Welcome to the stream, Soren.
This is
to have you here.
This is why I stream with a Near Eastern archaeologist, because I would never have figured out. I was like, what's that? I don't know that name at all, but now I know it's Thebes. Yeah.
And it's also really interesting that we have Egyptians as the primary opponent, because the other cultures that are in there sort of come after Assyria.
I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's more.
No, I'm sure there's more. But we first.
You mean as our in-game primary opponents that we first encountered? Because the Assyrians and Egyptians weren't always nice to each other. Is what you're trying to say?
No, only towards the end.
Towards the end.
Yeah, when the Assyrians actually conquered Egypt.
Okay.
Up to that point, they were not really interested in it. So Thebes is also in Greece, and we didn't want it in the game twice. Yes, Thebes is actually city in Greece.
Nice.
It's
Yeah.
actually a small personal trivia is that the city of Thebes is probably very likely, according to my opinion at least, built on top of a Mycenaean palace, and I would have, and it was never excavated. So I'm like very sure that the Mycenaean palace has been destroyed by modern construction, and I would have loved so much to excavate that site because it must be one of the richest and most important like Mycenaean palaces of all time, and we have absolutely no idea about it, and I'm so bummed about this.
Oh my God, the archaeology here is strong. It's just it's wild. I have to say though that this game it seems like it was made for us types, right?
Yes.
People that do care a bit too much about, well, not too much, but that care deeply about the past. All right. 6 years. All right. That's gonna be our play, because I think in theory, well, that's gonna be tight.
Tight.
Yeah, because we want to get in here before this changes back into a barbarian city in 8 years. And the settler's gonna be, no, we're never gonna make that. We'll just have to move our slinger back there to just guard it, I guess. All right. And the years pass by very, very slowly.
Yeah.
Rimut Adad. All right, Aris, do you
name.
know it or?
Rimut Adad is definitely an Assyrian sounding name. I'm not sure if.
Yeah, of course it is. But do you know it? Do you know it, or are we going to be wiki crutched on this? We are going to be wiki crutched on this.
Yeah, I don't know Rimut Adad
all right.
specifically.
All right.
I can't recall.
Find it quick.
Like I don't think it was a king.
All right.
I don't think the name of the king.
I mean, not bad for our standards. Only 5 wiki crutches so far, my friend.
That's not pretty well. Yeah, but this is Syria.
Yes, we are.
I have a ton of like facts on top of my head.
All right.
Should add like 100 wiki crutches just because it's Aris.
Yes, maybe that's we play with the handicap. Yes.
Yeah.
That's good actually. We're gonna go for this because we definitely have some pastures to work with here.
I cannot find any Rimut
a spark. I want to know now. What is this spark?
At any rate, Adad was a weather god in.
Oh dear.
Mesopotamian pantheon.
Oh dear. I wasn't expecting this kind of spark. Atossa the diplomat, her beauty and her laughter lightens your heart. But I have a very nice wife. I have a very nice queen consort. But okay. So, ask if she may meet you again when she returns to Assur. Setting her cool gaze upon you, she waits for an answer.
There are icons with some events that take you to Wikipedia. The events took place in history and we turn them into events. Like this one. Click on the book icon.
Ah, nice. Oh, that's something that I didn't know. Oh, okay. So this will take us to Wikipedia. Oh, boom. Yes, for sure. Like, yeah. Oh,
that's
wow.
Actually,
that's pretty cool.
That is really nice. This is one of these things that we've been discussing a lot about because we make like Twine games, these interactive narratives, and like how you use these external links to Wikipedia and stuff like that. This is very nice.
Or just in general, how you work with embedding knowledge within your game, and that, for example, you have the super bespoke Civilopedia, which is its own thing, right? Almost, but at the same time, you have the Wikipedia now, so that's. Why not make use of it, right?
Like Crusader Kings does that as well. Like the Paradox games do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Like they have little Wikipedia icons.
Yeah.
And
like
fake medieval stuff, and like, oh, I want to click that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Kind of nice as well. Yeah. So here it also feels that, because it's actually kind of, for me, it feels like a big decision. That it feels to me that there's some knowledge to be gained from this Wikipedia page to make the best decision. So, all right. So, okay.
Only issue is if people don't come back to the game.
No, yeah. True. We get lost in Wikipedia. Yes, for sure. I'm just gonna, this is not like me at all. But I want to see where this goes.
Could lead to future events.
Yes, yeah. I wonder. Ha ha ha. Right. So I'm completely flustered right now. I don't even remember what I was doing. So okay. So they are safe in the trees, but I'm still gonna bring them over here. I still want them to hang out in this safe spot over here.
But this is one of the balances that we often discuss in games, like how much historical information you can put in and to what extent, so you don't break the immersion of the game, and yet you pack in as much like actual historical information as you can, and also you don't make it dull and boring for people to go through, you know.
All right. That's the White Nile, of course.
Yeah.
Nice.
We had a little bit of, I think I remember having a lot of this discussion when we played Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and it had all these awkward entries for all these persons, right? Like Karl Marx talking about his beard.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Syndicate was the sort of the epitome of the in-game sort of like funny guy researcher that was just making all these like, haha, look how
witty we are.
How witty we are with that. To me, that never really worked out. The in-game Assassin's Creed knowledge thing. No. What they're doing now with the Discovery Tour works out, I think, a lot better. But even there, I think we can have some. Oh, this is actually so. Whenever I kind of feel like we want to just move our settlers straight here and like block Egypt from getting this particular juicy-looking city site. So. Maybe that's something that I will do, actually. Or maybe I'll just move a slinger over here, and I don't think that they can actually get that. Because this kind of looks nice over here.
We're labeling geographical elements close to the appropriate nations, yes.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, no, for sure. I love that. Absolutely.
Oh, the little Zab. Ha.
The what? Also, sorry? The what?
To the north, there's the little Zab.
All right. Tell me. He's like, the little Zab. I'm like, the what now? The little Zab.
So there are these two rivers, right? The Great Zab and the Little Zab.
Right, he says. Yeah, I wouldn't know, my friend.
Which are anyway. The Great
Caribbean Islands, my friend. I can tell you all about Caribbean Islands. That's what I know. You don't talk to me about little rivers in Assyrian territory. So Little Zab, okay.
You need a military unit to reserve the site. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. That was my thinking a little bit. I'm gonna march that slinger over there and just plunk it there and block them to the north. All right.
Another reason I'm excited about Assyria, beside the fact that I'm a PhD on I've done a PhD in Assyrian archaeology, is that it's one of these cultures that you don't see all that often in games and these Forex games. And every time you get to see, also it was like with the Maori in Civilization 6, right? It's one of these cultures that you just don't see. And it brings all these new names up that you have to all of a sudden like realize as part of your work. And that I think is very powerful, the fact that new names pop up as in a game that you are a little bit familiar with, because it is a Forex game. But yeah, the naming of all these places I think is very important to give the immersion for all these less used cultures in video games.
I'm still not entirely sure when to promote units and when not, because it's. It almost feels like I'm not getting any of these, but at the same time, I guess I am, right? So I might as well just use it on my units, because I do feel that beefing them up is probably a good thing to do. So since there will be, I'm still gonna go for guard though. Guard. So because you are actually gonna reserve a site for me. What do you? seems almost like archaeological. It's just sending a unit to reserve a site. All right.
This is our site now.
Yeah, exactly. Sending the PhD to just hang out there for a while and reserve that site. All right. Let's see. End the year. Oof. That's
pretty quick.
That's pretty quick. We're going. We're going strong here. That's three kids in about 10 years, I would say, or actually, maybe less.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you to wiki crutch this real quick. So one of the things that I wanted to have a look at, because we're going to bump up to the end of our stream, but no fear, we're gonna continue next week Thursday. We stream twice a week. Tuesdays is still reserved for playing through Civilization. In this particular case, Civilization 1. Yeah. So, but then Thursdays we're gonna get back to this and gonna get back to this particular playthrough. But I wanted to have a brief look at the victory conditions real quick.
Yeah, I just want to say, because I can't stand not saying it, but Eribadad is indeed an Assyrian king name.
Okay. You said it.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay. So that actually ends up. So these are our current ambitions, and then, okay. So this is just for me to sort of. All right. So what happens if on completion we're gonna get? I'm gonna guess some. Yes, for sure. But I'm gonna guess also some victory conditions over there. I guess as well. Yeah. Now I remember. So if we actually fill up our ambitions 10 times, so if we make that happen 10 times, then we also win the game, I think, if I remember correctly. But otherwise,
ambitions for the course of the game, they are dynamic and they get harder.
Cool. That's just what we need. All right. So cool. But definitely we don't want to lose track of the fact that we do want to have 4 cities by the end of Ashurbanipal the Intrepid's reign, and so we definitely want to go for.
I have to say that the more like I think about this system of victory conditions, the more I like it. As,
victory points based, basically.
Points.
Yes.
Or if you achieve X victory points, you can win that way too.
Nice. So your wife has demonstrated a natural aptitude for public speaking. Now requests training in the art of law. So one other thing that I think we like about this, it's just good to put it out there. I think it's very, done with a good reason and expressly so. Is that there's no sort of gender difficulties here. Female characters are just as powerful and have desires just as male characters have, which I think is just by now maybe a logical step, but there's so many games that still don't really do this. So cool. So that said, is she gonna ask for? We can pay for this. We can definitely pay for this. We've got 12 on a 12 in the treasury.
We're swimming in money.
We're like the Scrooge McDuck of the antiquity. We're gonna do this.
Also, I have to say that I said it in the beginning as well, but I really dig the choice of Hatshepsut over Cleopatra for Egypt.
We can talk. We will talk about that later. Yeah. We will talk about a bit more in depth about her later, probably. But I like by the way that she's gonna get upset if I tell her it's too expensive. It's like, you
bastard.
Exactly.
Over there.
All right, no, but we're definitely gonna do this because this is only good for us, and we have the money. All right, next unit. Right. Our worker is man. All right, so the shrine is done, as you can see.
That is great.
That is great. Definitely great. So
historically, RP is strong.
Yes. So I think we have to decide a little bit on what type of city Assur is going to be. Are we just going to try and grow the economy, or are we now going to try and make it a bit more military focused? Because then I would say we are going to build a garrison next.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? This is just too good to be true. There, we actually have expanded our borders, and we can actually get this. Nice. So no, we're gonna get the crabs because we have the hunters. Yeah, so we feels like the thing to do.
The nets.
Yeah. Plus, kind of because we actually get to go into the water with our workers at the beginning of the game. I just want to do it.
Yeah. Nice.
All right. So I guess over here there's salt. So we can also build ourselves a shrine. Shall we build a shrine over here as well?
Let's build the shrine.
So we only get one of them per nation, right? So it's kind of important, I guess, where gonna.
Per city, you mean?
No. Here it says so maximum. So these shrines we can only build once.
Yeah,
You
you
see?
can only build one of the same type.
Of the same type of
Per
god,
nation.
you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay. All right. Let's.
How many shrines in Urda do you need?
That's well. You were just saying. You were just talking about 2 shrines to Ashur, right? So.
Yeah, but Ninurta actually had a lot of shrines.
All right. Wow.
There's a
But
very
maybe let's first build a mine and a mine. All right. There we go. That's one of the weird. That's one of the weirdest sentences, Lord of the Rings, right? Like as if Gimli actually had to explain what a mine is to all these learned people. Like a mine, like what do you know? Like, yeah, dude, the thing that goes underground. Yeah, sure. All right. Yeah, you heal, my friend. You heal. I kind of have this feeling with my scout now that I want to do the same thing as we did with the scout that we had in the civilization game. In which we
until the end of the game.
keep the scout until the end of the game. All right. This also one of the things that I really like about early game is that we're now in the situation where basically we're just head-to-head exploring, right?
Yeah.
So this dude is going to go somewhere, I'm going to go somewhere, and he's going to maybe find a nice little ancient ruin, and I'm going to find one.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to try and find one. I'm going to try and find one for sure before he does. Where shall we go? Where shall we go? At some point we have to double back, I guess. So we might as well sort of.
Yeah, just go the other way. I think.
Yeah.
Make a small circle.
Yeah, exactly.
What
Oof.
Friendly meeting.
A friendly meeting. Hey man, Persia. That's neat that Persia's in there as well.
Yeah.
Archetype hero. Nice. He's a hero. All right. So if you wanna learn all about Persia, then go to our Civilization 6 One More Turn series, which we have, I think, the very first
season.
One More Turn series, the first season, which I think we have about 26 hours or 30 hours of Aris talking about Persia. So somehow I always end up playing these games that are about your region of the world, my friend.
Our scouts are archaeologists with PhDs.
Nice. Okay, show them our goodwill with a gift. Keep the meeting civil, but that is all. We must dominate them. Well, let's not.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
You know what? I actually also kind of like the idea of just giving them some of our money. We seem to still have enough.
It is I like memory. I think you get memory.
Yeah, for sure. So.
Nice.
This is all right, Dr. Pasco. Thanks for joining, and talk to you later.
For the raid earlier as well.
So I really like the writing here as well, because in civilization games or other 4Xs, I'm never really, when they're saying like, "Hey, give them some tribute," I'm not gonna give them tribute, but here I'm like, yeah, why not show them some goodwill, right? And it's a friendly meeting.
And it's also a gift, which is something that would actually happen between kings at that point, right? They would gift each other very often. There is no tribute is really shows domination, but the gift is like among equals.
Are you now also trying to talk about my specialty, Aris? I wrote a frigging master thesis about gift giving and archaeology, and you're also taking that over. This will not stand, my friend. No, but you're absolutely right. That gift giving is a definite type of social relation just across the world, right? That is very much based on reciprocity or sometimes even altruism. Like we don't actually have to have something back for this. It's just a completely different thing from tribute. With tribute, there's always force from one side to the other, and that's really what triggers in everybody that has heard what tribute is one time in their life doesn't want to do it. They don't want to be submissive in games because that's just not fun, right? So I'm gonna actually show them some goodwill.
Yes. Oh, very nice. The recording is very nice. Oh,
yes.
Persepolis.
All right. Persepolis all the way over there.
Nice.
Damavand is also, once again, I have to brush up on my topography here.
Damavand, I don't know, but I'm guessing something in Iran.
Probably.
Oh, Omar's Discord crashed.
Oh, Omar.
It's frozen. It's frozen.
Oh, Omar, no. Well, That's kind of sad because we will have to say goodbye in a couple of minutes.
So we will have
Oh,
get
look!
things.
This is the exact thing I'm talking about earlier. It's like we get to snoop in and just take this ancient ruin. Oh, this is making me so happy. All right. Oh, what? Hidden jungle city. Nice. Gold workers. This hidden jungle city boasts a hoard of gold jewelry. Pendants, lip plugs, nose ornaments, necklaces and earrings. All the workmanship at the site displays the same signature style and an unparalleled skill with gold. Such a trove of gold is always welcome, of course. There are many ways to utilize it. So here I want to say that we're kind of jungle cities. We're kind of channeling North and South America here. We're really Colombian cities in the Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta. Were really supposed to be these cities of gold, right? So that is nice. This is a little bit of Latin America, a little bit of not my backyard, but the place where I grew up academically, at least. So, all right. Nice. Increase the treasury. Well, okay.
But yeah, this doesn't really necessarily fit the concept of old world.
No, not at all. Well, I mean, there's could also be sub-Saharan Africa, right? And it does fit the concept of old, because
the concept of old for sure.
And there's also old worlds of course, that's the whole idea, the old world versus the new world.
Yeah.
This would be new world then, but So, poor Omar. Maybe he'll get back in a bit.
Maybe he'll make it. Let's give him 2 minutes to see
Yes.
if he makes it back.
All right. So I wanna.
While I'm centered in this box.
Yes, you're centered in the box, or beautiful layout just crashed together with Omar. So I'm gonna.
Working on it. All right.
Shall we send it to the troops or study craftsmanship? I think we're gonna study the craftsmanship because that is gonna give us science, and science is good.
Yeah, science is good. Science is good.
You always want to listen to scientists.
That is.
Hey, at the other side now.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's gonna mess my my pointing skill.
All right. Oh my god, the one more turn vibe is strong with this one. It's
Yeah.
I wanna keep playing, but there's things to do tomorrow as well. Where shall we take you? I guess beyond the barbarians. So we're gonna go to the Little Zab River, Aris.
Let's go to the Little Zab.
Just for
Sounds
you.
so cool.
Yes, the Little Zab. All right.
I wonder if we're gonna see the Great Zab, or if we've already seen it and I missed it.
All right.
I hope we will.
All right. So keep on healing, please. You are our slingers. Shall we get you over yonder? Kind of want to do that. Let's just get them so quickly there, and because our slingers from yes, we're gonna get slingers from over here soon. So
what is the next city gonna be?
Oh yeah, make a bet that we will only hear about that next week though. But yeah.
My bet is gonna be.
So shall we? Actually, I'm gonna add the Queen Consort to this unit, because that will increase our fatigue limit, meaning we will be able to march quicker.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know how dangerous it is to send my wife off into war, but at the same time, she has already graced me with 3 children, so I feel that she
have the other women lying around somewhere.
That is not why I'm doing this. This is not why I'm sending her away as a general. Omar.
That's what they all said.
Yes, exactly. All right. Nice though.
Kings.
So do I actually get to? No, not right now. I guess that's just sort of. I have to wait a little bit with that. All right. End the year. Shall we end the year? No. Let's just call it a day. Although it has been hugely fun, and I wish we could go on for much longer.
It's also 11:30 here in the
It is
Netherlands.
also 11:30 in the Netherlands, and tomorrow there's going to be a toddler standing next to my bed saying, I want to do fun stuff. So maybe I should cut out the fun stuff right now. So it's been a lot of fun.
It's it's been a ton of fun.
Um,
My bet for next week is that city is going to be Kalhu. That's
Kalhu.
what I'm betting on.
All right.
We'll see.
We'll
if
see.
it pans out. Thank you all for tuning in.
Yes,
It
for
was
sure.
great to have you. Thank you to all the developers that tuned in. It was amazing to have you around and hear all the things that you have to say about the game. That's part of the reason of why we do this stuff, to also be able to talk to developers and hear their thoughts about game design and so on. So it's amazing that you were here. As we said, Tuesday we're doing one more turn, Civilization 1, and we have a war going on there.
An endless war.
An endless war, a two-pronged war.
Yes.
So it's a bit on the edge.
And we're getting our ass kicked by the Aztec. So it's a fun.
But the war is not against the Aztecs.
No. They're just by themselves, mind your own business in the New World. Yes. So that's for Tuesday, and then.
And then Thursday we're gonna play again, Old World, and continue.
And if you can absolutely not get enough, what will be there tomorrow, Omar?
There will be a nice bulletin with all nice info about games.
Yes.
And other stuff.
Mostly games and the past, right? So that's what you can. That's a bulletin, a weekly bulletin that Omar curates. At interactivepasts.com is where you can find that tomorrow. All right. Anyway, thanks for joining us.
Yes.
We will see you sometime soon, and that's all for us for now. Stay happy and stay healthy. Cheers.
Bye-bye.